In this video, we are going to solve a problem based on root locus. Actually, the given problem is sketch the root locus of the system whose open loop transfer function is g of s equal to k divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 4. Find the value of k so that the damping ratio of the closed loop system is 0.5. So first we have to draw the root locus. After that, based on the damping ratio eta value, we have to find the value of k for the root locus. The step 1 is to locate poles and zeros. Actually, from this, poles are in the denominator part. Therefore, s into s plus 2 into s plus 4 equal to 0. Therefore, poles are 0, minus 2, minus 4. Therefore, in this problem, there are 3 poles. So, we have to mark poles by x. It means cross symbol, cross mark. So, now in this graph, s equal to 0. So, this is the first pole. Suppose this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the unit in the graph. So now minus 2. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Minus 2 is here. Therefore, we have to cross mark. Then minus 4. So we marked all 3 poles in the graph. So next, find the root locus on the real axis. So now, according to the procedure, we have to take a test point. So we can take a test point here. So if we take a test point here, based on the concept, from this point right side, there is a odd number of poles and zeros. In this problem, there is no zeros. Therefore, if the test point is between these two poles, suppose at this point means in the right side there is a odd number of, it means only one pole. Therefore, from this point to this point, definitely root locus. Then if a test point is here means after this point there are even number of poles. Therefore, from this point to this point, it will not be a part of root locus. Then if we take a test point here, it means from this point to infinity, in the right hand side of the test point will be having odd number of poles. It means 3 number of poles. Therefore, from this point to infinity, definitely it is a part of root locus. So according to the concept, from the open loop system, the number of poles equal to final number of root locus. Here there are 3 number of poles. Therefore, 3 root locus will be available. Here so far there are 2 root locus, but we have to find the third root locus. So here we have to write root locus are from 0 pole to minus 2 pole and minus 4 pole to infinity. Next we have to find the angle of asymptotes and centroid. So we know the formula used to calculate the angle of asymptote is angle of asymptote equal to plus or minus 180 2q plus 1 divided by number of poles minus zeros. So now if q equal to 0, so now we have to substitute q equal to 0, then 0 into anything 0 plus 1, 180. Therefore plus or minus 180 divided by, here in the given problem number of poles 3, number of zeros 0. So angle of asymptote equal to plus or minus 60 degree. Suppose q equal to 1, we have to substitute. We will get plus or minus 180 into 1. So 2 plus 1 3 divided by 3. So we will get plus or minus 180 degree. So now q equal to 2 we have to substitute. Similarly q equal to 3 we have to substitute. We will get 180 into 5 divided by 3 equal to plus or minus 300. So it is almost equal to minus 2 plus 60 degree. Then q equal to 3. If we substitute, it will come 180 into 7 divided by 3. So now it will be 420. So it is equal to plus or minus 60 degree. So almost, if we substitute q values further, its value will be definitely plus or minus 60 only. So angle of asymptote is the first finite angle. So this is the angle of asymptote. Next, centroid. To calculate the centroid, the formula is sum of poles minus sum of zeros divided by number of poles minus 0. Therefore, sum of poles equal to 0, then minus 2, minus 4, minus, there is no 0 in this problem, therefore 0 divided by 3 number of poles minus 0 number of zeros. Therefore, minus 6 divided by 3 equal to minus 2. Minus 2 is the centroid. Therefore, in the graph, suppose this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, means here minus 2 is the centroid. So this point is the centroid. From this, angle is plus or minus 60 degree. From this real axis, so we have to take 60 degree angle exactly. Then we have to, by using dot line, we have to mark like this. Then similarly minus 60 degree, it will come in the bottom side. So by using scale and projector, we have to exactly mark 60 degree. Then we have to draw the dot line. So this is the asymptotes. Its centroid is minus 2. Angle of asymptotes are plus 60, minus 60. Next, to find the breakaway and break-in points. Actually, to find the breakaway and break-in points, we have to know the characteristics equation. Actually, in the given problem, we have been given the open loop transfer function g of s. To get the characteristic equation, we have to find the closed loop transfer function. The formula to calculate closed loop transfer function from open loop transfer function is g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. So from the given problem, we can assume h of s equal to 1. So now g of s equal to k divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 4 divided by 1 plus g of s equal to k divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 4. Here gain we considered as unity. Then we have to take LCM. So if we take LCM, we will get this equation. So here this term and this terms are same. Therefore, finally k transfer function equal to k divided by s into s plus 2 into s plus 4 plus k. So now this is the characteristics equation. So now characteristic equation is s into s plus 2 into s plus 4 plus k equal to 0. To find the breakaway or break-in point, the condition is tk divided by ds equal to 0. By using this condition, we have to find the roots, then we have to find the k value. Based on the k value, we can know whether the given problem is having breakaway point and break-in points. So now from this, k equal to minus s into s plus 2 into s plus 4. So now we have to multiply all these three terms. So now if we multiply these two, we will get s into s square plus 6s plus 8. So again we have to multiply s inside. So we will get s cube plus 6s square plus 8s. So this is the k value. So now we have to find dk with respect to s. So now this will be 3s square. Here minus. Therefore here also minus will come. So minus 3s square plus 12s plus 8 equal to 0. Therefore on this 3s square plus 12s plus 8 equal to 0. So for this equation, we have to find the roots. Now, so we got this quadratic equation 3s square plus 12s plus 8 equal to 0. From this, so we know the formula to find the roots. So we know minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is the formula to find the roots for a quadratic equation. So here a is 3, b is 12, c is 8. Therefore roots s equal to minus b minus 12 plus or minus square root of b square minus 4, a equal to 3, c equal to 8. 4ac divided by 2a. 2 into a is 3. So now we will get minus 0.845 or minus 3.154. So after solving this term, we will get minus 0.845 or, because here we are having plus or minus, therefore here minus 12, here some value will come. So first we have to use plus, then we will get this answer. Then we have to use minus, we will get this answer. So now roots are s equal to minus 0.85, then minus 3.154. So now we have to substitute first s1 value minus 0.854 into k equation, k equal to, so we know k equal to minus s cube plus 6s square plus 8s. So now we have to substitute this s1 value. So here minus of minus 0.845 the whole cube plus 6 into minus 0.845 the whole square plus 8 into minus 0.845. So now from this we will get k value equal to 3.08. So now we will substitute s equal to minus 3.154. So now k equal to minus of minus 3.154 the whole cube plus 6 into minus 3.154 the whole square plus 8 into minus 3.154. So now k equal to minus 3.05. So from this we see for this root k is positive, but for this root k is negative. So it is a positive and also real value. This is not a positive negative value. Therefore this point is the breakaway point. Breakaway point is minus 0.845. This is the breakaway point, but this point is not breakaway point because it is negative value. So now we have to find the angle of departure. So formula to calculate the angle of departure is, so if we have complex pole, we can calculate the angle of departure, or if complex pole is available in the given problem, angle of departure will be there, because the formula for calculating angle of departure is angle of departure at complex pole A equal to 180 minus sum of angles of poles from complex pole plus sum of angles of poles, sum of angles of zeros from complex pole. We do not have complex pole in this problem, therefore here there is no angle of departure. So next we have to find the crossing point of imaginary axis. So from the characteristic equation, we know characteristic equation is s cube plus 6s square plus 8s plus k equal to 0. So now we have to substitute. Let s equal to j omega. We have to substitute into this equation. So now j omega cube plus 6 into j omega square plus 8 into j omega plus k equal to 0. So now from this minus j omega cube. So from this minus 6 omega square. From this plus 8 j omega plus k equal to, so we can write this 0 as 0 minus 0 plus j 0. So now we can separate this into real and imaginary part. So from this, so imaginary, we can separate imaginary part alone. So minus omega 3 plus 8 omega minus 6 omega square plus k equal to 0 plus j 0. So now we can say this is a imaginary part, this is a real part. So now imaginary part equal to 0, therefore omega cube minus 8 omega equal to 0. Real part minus 6 omega square plus k equal to here 0. So we have to equate imaginary part and real part both the sides. So now from this omega cube equal to 8 omega, this and here 1 omega will cancel, therefore omega square equal to 8, omega equal to plus or minus 2.8. It means this is the crossing point of a root locus on the imaginary axis. Next, gain value k equal to 6 into omega square. Here k equal to omega square value equal to 8. Therefore 6 into 8 equal to 48. So k is the corresponding gain. We see omega is the crossing point of root locus on the imaginary axis. Its corresponding gain is 48. So now we can construct the root locus. In the graph, so we have to consider x-axis 1 centimeter equal to 0.5 unit, y-axis 1 centimeter equal to 0.5 unit. So now after marking the axis parameters, so this is imaginary axis, this is real axis. It means x-axis, this is y-axis. So now we have to mark the number of poles by using cross mark. So we know here there are 3 poles. So pole 1 s equal to 0, pole 2 s equal to minus 2, pole 3 s equal to minus 4. So we have to mark by using x symbol or cross mark symbol. So after that, so we have to mark the centroid. So we know centroid value equal to minus 2. We already calculated. So this is the centroid. So from the centroid, we have to take 60 degree. Then we have to draw the asymptote. So now from the real axis, we have to mark 60 degree angle. Then we have to exactly draw a straight line with 60 degree. So this is asymptote. Similarly, in the bottom side also we have to mark 60 degree with real axis. Then we have to draw the asymptote. So this is the asymptote. So after this, so here, so we know already. So this is a root locus. We have taken a test point at this point. After this point, so if we take a test point between these two poles, definitely right side there is a odd number of poles. It means only one pole. Therefore, it is a part of root locus. Then if we take a test point between these two poles, definitely in the right side of the test point there are even poles. Therefore, it is not a part of root locus. But if we take a test point beyond this pole up to infinity, definitely right hand side of the test pole will be having, there are odd number of poles. Therefore, from this point to infinity line, there is a root locus. It means this point to infinity, the negative real axis is a part of a root locus. But according to the given open loop transfer function, there are 3 poles are available. Therefore, finally, in the root locus, it will be having 3 number of root locus. So here this is root locus, this is another root locus. So we have to mark the third root locus also. So here in this problem we found there is no angle of departure. Therefore we have to consider the breakaway points, minus 0.845. Therefore in this negative real axis we have to mark the 0.854. So actually this is 1, this is 0.5, so it will be 0.854. So this is 0.854. So definitely, so we have to draw small straight line. So a root locus, it means third root locus will break away at this point. So there will be a root locus that is parallel with this asymptote that will break away at this point. Its value equal to minus 0.854. Therefore, so we already calculated the crossing points. So crossing point equal to omega equal to plus or minus 2.8. Therefore, in this imaginary axis, we have to mark plus 2.8. So this is 2.5. So this will be the 2.8. In the negative side also we have to mark 2.8. So this will be the 2.8. So now we have to connect. So now this root locus will move parallel with this asymptote. It will go up to infinity. So here also it will cross at this point. This will go parallel with this asymptote. Then it will go up to infinity. So now this is the final root locus. But according to the given problem, so actually the given problem says that find the value of k so that the damping ratio of absolute transfer function is 0.5. So now damping value is nothing but eta. So we know eta equal to 0.5. Therefore cos eta equal to cos 0.5 equal to 60 degree. So what we have to do, so we in this from this point, so we have to take 60 degree. We have to take 60 degree from the real axis. Then we have to draw a straight line. So if we draw, actually according to the eta, cos theta value equal to 60 degree. Therefore, so we have to draw a 60 degree line. So this is 60 degree. So now, so it will touch a point in the root locus. From this we have to mark a. So now this we can say it is a dominant pole, S equal to SD. So from this dominant pole, so we have to connect all the existing poles. So now we have to connect the existing poles. So now by using scale we can connect. So this is one line. Next this is next pole. We can connect. Already this is connected. So we can say it is length 1. This is length 2. This is length 3. So now we have to find the value of L1, L2, L3. So now, so we can mark this point. This point. So now we see it is, so this part is a right angle triangle. Actually its bottom value, its value equal to, we can say A equal to, what is the value of A? 1, 2, 3. So we can say 3.2. The bottom 3.2. Here it is, we can say B. So now this is, we can say A from this point to this point. So B value equal to 0.3. So now for this right angle triangle, by using Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate the value of L1. Next L2. So now B is 1.3 same, but we can consider this as a right angle triangle. So now its value equal to, this is 1, this is 2. So now its value is 1.2. Therefore, by using Pythagoras theorem, so we can calculate the L2 value from this right angle triangle. Now from this right angle triangle, we know this value. What will be this value is 0.854. So 1.3. So now by using Pythagoras theorem, we can calculate the value of L1. It means, so now L1 equal to square root of adjacent side 3.2 square plus 1.3 square. So now L2 equal to, what is L2 is this one, square root of, so this is 3.2, 1.2 square plus its opposite side value equal to 1.3. So now L3 equal to, for this right angle triangle, opposite side is 1.3. Therefore, adjacent side is 0.854 square plus 1.3 square. So now, from this, if we calculate, we will get L1 equal to 7 centimeter, L2 equal to 3.5 centimeter, L3 equal to 2.5 centimeter. So now we know from the axis 1 centimeter equal to 0.5 unit. Therefore, finally we can write L1 equal to 7 into 0.5, 3.5. Next, L2 equal to 3.5 into 0.5. 3.5 into 0.5 equal to 1.75. L3 equal to 2.6 into 0.5, 1.3. So now this is the L1 value, L2 value, L3 value. So from this, so now dominant pole. So now S equal to, we see, so this is the dominant pole, S equal to SD. Therefore, at this dominant pole, actually, how we calculated this dominant pole? The given eta value equal to 0.5 by using cos eta. It means cos 0.5, we calculated the angle equal to 60 degree. So from this 60 degree, we marked a 60 degree from real axis. Then we have drawn a straight line. That line touches at a point. This point is nothing but this straight line touches the root locus. This point is nothing but the dominant pole. For this dominant pole, we have to find the value of K. That is the final answer. So now S equal to SD, it means dominant pole. So for this K value equal to, actually the formula to calculate the KSD equal to product of length of vector from all poles to the point S equal to SD. So next, divided by product of length of values from all zeros to the point S equal to SD. From this graph, this is the SD. So we know according to the numerator, from this point to all other poles, what is the length of this point to first pole L1, the length of this point to second pole L2, this point to third pole length is L3. Therefore, we have to calculate L1 into L2 into L3 divided by the same length of this point to 0. Here there is no 0. Therefore, we can consider denominator part equal to 1. Therefore, L1 into L2 equal to L3 divided by 1. So now L1 equal to 3.5, L2 equal to 1.75, L3 equal to 1.3 divided by 1. So now K value equal to 8. So now finally KSD equal to 8. So this is our final required value when eta equal to 0.5.